Hi guys, welcome to Return to Life on the Mat. We are going to be going through today in class Joseph Pilates' full advanced Pilates mat work routine. I want to remind you, if you're taking this class, that this is a hard class, right? And it is your job to take care of your body. If you're watching this and you're really new to Pilates, this is not the class for you. This is a class for those of you that have been practicing Pilates, who know the exercises, and who want to just flow through them. Because this is a virtual class, I can't see you, I can't give you adjustments in your body, so it's always your job to do what you need to do to take care of your body and not get hurt, right? All right, let's get started. We're gonna start standing at the front of our mat. I'm gonna cross one leg over the other. Sorry, my head got cut off. And then I'm gonna switch, watch me wobble, which hand is over top of the other hand. I'm gonna pull my shoulders down, lift through the crown of my head, and take 2 big breaths just standing here. Big inhale, zipping everything together. Exhale, I get a little taller. Big full inhale. And then exhale, that pulling everything up and in. Now I'm gonna lift up on my heels, bend my knees, and sit down. Now, if you can't do it with cross leg, you can always put a leg back behind you. Otherwise, cross leg, make your way down, roll down to the mat, and get ready for some footwork. Hands behind the head, up in that upright crawl. We're gonna inhale, extend the legs out. Ooh, I'm crooked on my mat. Exhale to come back in. Inhale to press out. Exhale to come back in. Where you go is your working level, so a lower reach is going to feel harder. All right, that press, we're going to shoot for 5 of each position of our footwork. We've got 1 more. And in birds and a perch next. As you inhale, you're sending the legs out. Exhale, you're coming back in. Lengthen and pull it back in. Keeping your core tight. Now remember, if your neck is bothering you, you want to lay down and do your footwork. Always an option. And back in. And that press. And back, I think that was 5. We're going to flex our feet next. Press through our heels, pull it back in. Inhale, stretch out a little longer, and then pull knees in. Get a little stretch in your back. Press out, and back in. Meant to be that warm up. And in. All right, you're going to press your legs out to working level where you can hold it. Keep your curl. Point your feet. Flex your feet. Point, flex, point, flex. We got 2 more. Reach your toes, pull them back. And then let's give our legs a little hug in and head right to our 100. I'm going to extend my legs long. If you need to come from tabletop, come from tabletop. I'm doing a Pilates V today. You could do parallel. Big breath. Curl it up. Find your working level with your legs and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reminder, you can have your legs here. You could have them bent. You could have them anywhere in between. I'm going to take mine low today. Inhaling for 5 and exhale. Stretching long through fingertips and toes, squeezing glutes, backs of legs to support you. Long, big inhales, long, big exhales. I'm hoping you're at home watching, not watching, listening to my voice as you do this. I may occasionally pop over as I'm watching you guys on the screen. So you keep moving, you keep breathing. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhaling for 5. Exhaling for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. All right, as you're finished, you're going to float your legs down to the mat. Flex your feet, reach your arms overhead for roll up. Inhale, halfway on that rolling up. Exhale as you spine stretch forward. Inhale, rolling back down. Exhale, make your way to the mat. Rolling up and down through your spine, stretching it out up and over those legs. When you roll back, push through your heels, get that energy through the backs of those legs as you roll down. Inhale to start, exhale, rounding up and over. You may, of course, need to bend your knees a little. You may need to anchor those feet somehow. Always fine as we're doing our work. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, we get that stretch our spine forward. Roll down, check in with our shoulder blades, and make our way all the way down to our mat. We have 1 more. All right, 1 more. Best one is you're rounding up and over. When you roll back, we're going to start thinking about rollover. I like to do a little scoot forward on my mat. So make sure I'm in a good spot. We're gonna take our legs up in space. Your working level, that could be right over your hips, that could be a little lower. Arms are pressing into the mat. As you inhale, you're gonna bring your legs over. Maybe they're low, maybe they touch the floor. Open, flex your feet, and roll your spine down to the mat. Right? It's fine if you're still working on lift your tail, maybe just lift a little bit. Open, flex your feet, and roll back down. We're gonna do 3, and then we'll switch our leg orientation. We're going over, open, flex, stretch your back and backs of legs to come down. Now we reverse it, pointed feet as you're rolling over. Bring the legs together, flex your feet, and curl down through your spine, reaching those legs away. Inhaling as you bring the legs over, hug them together, flex your feet. Exhale as you roll down and reach away. Let's get one more in. This is our transition one. As you come down, we're going to transition for some trees. So we're going to take our left leg to the mat. Right leg is up in space. Our goal is to hold this leg still. We're going to curl up one vertebra at a time, come up toward that ankle, and then we're going to roll ourselves back down to the mat. You may need to bend that left leg. If you have an anchor for that left leg somewhere, like a couch or something to stick it under, might be super helpful. Or a weight that you could put over the top of it since you don't have a strap at home. Or I'm assuming you don't have a strap. Let's hold at the top. Let's do a little flex, point, flex, point. We're lifted. Our core is pulling up and in. We got 3 circles. This is kind of that open leg rocker position, right? We're almost hanging off our leg a little bit. Let's do that. Pull in and release. Pull in and release. We're stretching the back of that leg. All right, we're making our way down. We're getting ready for our single leg circle. So we roll down, we anchor our arms, we get a little turnout in our leg. We're going across. If you want the hip lift, go for it. Circle the leg down and around. That left leg is trying to stay anchored that whole time. Toes up to the ceiling, knees up to the ceiling on that left leg. We get 2 more. And last one, when you come up, pause, reverse it. To the outside, circle down and around. Shoulders and arms press in. That helps you with that stability. And circle. We get 2 more. Inhale, exhale around. Keep moving. We got a scissor kick right now to switch out our legs. Right leg to the heel to the floor, left leg up. Here's our tree. Inhale, curl up, 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 and lift at the top. And then walk it back down, down, down to the mat. All right, you're rolling up. Picky work is, can we stay all squared away and not twist and rotate as we roll up and roll back down. And then, of course, we're breathing. Inhale up. Exhale. Oh, we're staying there. Sorry, I almost forgot our point and flex. Flex and point. Flex and point. Be lifted. Can you pull your stomach up and in a little more? 3 circles. 1, 2, 3, and then reverse. 2, 3, and then let's give our leg a stretch in, right? And it's a lifted stretch, right? You can see my leg is not moving very far, but it's a giant stretch. All right, we're gonna leave the leg there. Walk down it. Get ready for circles. Take an anchor moment, and then we'll go across, down and around, back up. Inhale for a 3rd, exhale. And circle, we get 2 more. We're shooting for 5. You know, I'm counting, so if you get off, it's fine. Count for yourself. Let's reverse to the outside, down and around. Check in with that right leg. Is it anchored down? Is that core tight? Keeping your back nice and safe. Let's do 1 more on there. And then here's our transition to rolling like a ball. Arms are up overhead. We do a nice full roll up. Maybe we stretch over, and then we scoot up to the front of our mat to roll. My favorite. Find your rolling like a ball position. Feet together, knees apart. Find your curl and go. Inhale to rock back. Exhale forward. Find that big breath. Curling through your spine. Everyone, you just get a little more of that connection as you're rolling back and forth. Oh, we should do, let's do 1 more like that. Let's do some, come the challenge ones. Could we put our elbows there, lift our knees, press our elbows down, and then rock. Trying to keep that connection always feels so much harder. You gotta find that shoulder stability. Let's do 1 more. All right, little pause. Here's our transition to stomach series. Don't mind me scooting on my mat. I'm gonna grab my right leg,
Stretch my left leg out. Roll down into my upright curl. I'm going to inhale one leg and exhale, switch. And I'm getting that long reach and reach that stretches the front of my hip. Pulling my belly in to kind of massage my spine and switch and switch. Let's do one more in each. Good, hug legs in. Mini moment to roll your head down just a second. Roll back up, double leg, Joe's version today. Inhale, arms and legs reach out. Exhale to come in. Inhale, get a little longer. Exhale to come back. Get that leg almost come off the tips of your shoulder blades, please. And back, we get two more. Don't strain in the neck though. Okay, little rest moment. Roll your head down, a little bit of ease. Legs are stretching up for some scissors. We're curling up, reaching high. Give it a pull, pull, and then that pull, pull. Right, and that pull, for me, it's that stretch the back of my leg. Pull my stomach in a little deeper. Connect my shoulders. Reach, 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 reach. Let's do one more in each. Reach, reach. Oh, I got like 3 more. Sorry. Make myself even. And we have a little moment. Roll down. Just give your neck that ease for a second. Double leg, lower left. Hands are behind our head. Let's do Pilates V. Inhale, lower your working level. Exhale to come back. Right, that changes on any given day. Maybe it's a little one. Maybe you're going low. And coming back. We got 2 more. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale back. Reach. And back in. And we're doing our little rest moment. Woo, head down. Legs are to tabletop for our twist. Curl up in your upright curl. You're going to inhale, rotate, exhale, twist, and twist, and twist, and rotate, and rotate, and twist. Legs are going straight out of the hip, and twist, and twist. Let's get one more on each side. Rotate, rotate, and then let's rock up to sitting. Woo, we made it to spine stretch. We're going to sit nice and tall, flex our feet, lift our spine. Fingertips out here in front of us. Take an inhale that makes you taller. And then exhale, curl without collapsing. Second, third exhale in the bottom range. Inhale as you roll yourself up, get a little taller. And then that exhale to curl down. Second, third exhale at the bottom. Inhaling as you're coming up, 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 growing that little 1/4 inch. And then that exhale, feeling those stomach muscles pull in and give your back that little extra stretch and get longer. Inhaling as you're coming up. Exhale, curling down, belly scoops up and in. Inhale to roll up. We're going to do one last one. This is our stretchy moment one. We're going to roll ourselves down, stay there in that deep stretch, and then whatever you want to do, you want to grab the feet or ankles and pull yourself forward or pull back a little bit, shimmy around, whatever your body is feeling like it needs. And then take a breath and stack up. Shoulder blades down our back. Let's go to open leg rocker. Let's practice a little transition. I'm going to move forward a little bit on my mat. I'm going to keep my legs open in my open leg rocker position. Arms are going to be out front. We're going to start with that pelvic tuck. Curl your tailbone under, roll yourself back. Reach through your legs so much that eventually they just float up and we catch them somewhere. Here we are in our open leg rocker, and then we rock. Inhale to rock back. Exhale to come forward. All right, big breath. Play with how wide you want your legs, right? Joe said open them as wide as you can, so that's an option. If you like that wide leg position, if you like a more shoulder width, that's fine too. Roll it. Let's do one more before we try a little more of the advanced version. Where, here's your challenge when you bring your legs together. Maybe you flex your feet. Maybe that's there for you to grab your toes. Not for me. I'm just going to reach for mine. And we rock and we hold our shape. Ooh, as we rock back and forth. Harder on those hamstrings when those legs are together. And back, but fun. Woo. Okay, we're up at the top. We're walking down our legs. We're heading to some corkscrew. All right, hips up if it's there for you. If not, leave your hips down. We're going over and up to start. You're going to roll down, draw a circle with your legs, and roll back up. So it's like jackknife with a leg circle thrown in. Your hips and your torso are still nice and centered on your mat. Your legs are reaching and drawing that super controlled, excuse me, circle. Inhaling for half of it. Exhale for the second half. We got one more on each side. I'm shooting for 3 and 3. And then coming back up. One last one. Legs left. And then a circle. And then I'm going to roll down through my center and just do a nice little transition right up to my saw. So get ready for saw. Feet are wide. Flexed, feet are flexed, arms are out to the side. I can grab me some water as we go. Pick it now, let me get you guys going first. Exhale, twist, curl, and that reach, reach, reach. Inhaling as you come up tall. Exhale, we're gonna rotate, curl down, and get that reach, reach, reach. Every time you come back to center, get a little taller. Rotate around and wring out that breath. Exhaling into that twist, twist, twist. Excuse me, you guys got it. And then we're gonna rotate, curl down, and reach, reach, reach. Inhale, lift tall. Okay. Notice your sitting bones when you go to rotate and reach. Extra work to pull back on that opposite side. Lift tall. We got 2 more on each side on these. And we're really getting that anchor. Every time you do it, you get a little more rotation, a little more twist. It's deeper. Right? As you come up, all right, 1 more on each. Inhale tall. Make yourself even, of course, depending on where you're at. And then coming back up. Awesome. Let's flip over for some swan next. All right, so we're flipping over on your mat. We're going to start with just regular swan. So always your choice. If you want those legs together, you want a little space between the feet and legs. Hands are under our shoulders. We got length in our body through the crown of our head, through our toes. I'm going to keep my feet down for the first few. Lift my head, shoulders, chest coming up. It's like that first swan of the day or first back bend. You're kind of testing it out. Inhale, we get longer. We pull our shoulder blades down and gaze up. Exhale as you come back down. All right, let's do lift our legs on this one as you come up. Maybe those legs lift a little bit without hanging out in the low back. It's a reach. Right? It's that glute engagement. Let's do 1 more. And then let's try some swan dive. Always so much fun. Your version, I'm going to show them all. So you can leave your hands on the mat, come up into your swan and rock there. You could take your arms to the side. You could take your arms out front. Your favorite. Okay. Sit back in child's pose. Take a little stretch. Whew. Let yourself just be there for a few breaths. Knees together, knees apart. Always your favorite kind of place to be for a child's pose stretch. All right, we're heading back to our elbows. We're heading into our 1 leg kick. We got our elbows out front. We're pulling ourselves up. Our legs are long. We're hugging them together as much as we can, and then we go. We get 8 on each of these. Inhale, kick, kick, exhale, kick, kick, inhale, kick, kick, exhale, kick, kick, which is a big number for me to count, so we'll see how I go. Make sure you're keeping your hips stable as you do your kicks in, so you feel that stretch in the front of the thigh. Check in, we're not slouching in those shoulders, we're pulling ourselves up, we're gazing ahead, and kick, kick. Let's do a couple more on each side. Kick, and kick, kick. Inhale on 1, exhale on the other. We got our double leg kick. Head to the side, hands on your back. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, 3 kicks toward your bottom. Kick, kick, kick. Inhale, slide the hands down your back, lift and extend. If you want to open arms, go for it. Otherwise, you can hold them and kick, kick, kick. Inhale, reach, open the shoulders, gaze up. Exhale as you come back down for that kick, kick, kick. Feel like you're getting longer as you lift, lift, lift up. Exhale to come back down in that kick, kick, kick. Inhale, lifting up. Maybe everyone, you get a little bit more out of it. We're going to do 2 more. And back down, kick, kick, kick. Inhale to come up. Remember those kicks are work too. They're meant to be that stability of your hips, stretch your thighs. Coming up for that last one. And then push yourself back and take a little child's pose or stretch. Big breath. Check in with the body. Hopefully we are all warmed up. I know I am. We're gonna flip over for some neck pull. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. If you have some water, let's have a water break moment so I can talk and do this. All right, neck pull. You guys know, neck pull, such a hard exercise when you have a strap on your feet. If you don't have an option to anchor your feet, it'll be harder, so give yourself some grace on this one. If you need to reach your arms in front at any time, reach your arms in front. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you have a place to hook, hook it. All right, we ready? We got our hands back behind our head. We're lifting ourselves up. We're nice and long. We're reaching through our heels. Let's do a few hinges first, right? Find your edge, test it out. We don't have a strap, so we have to be our strap. We're anchoring our feet down to the mat. Inhale, lifted hinge on that way back. Exhaling as you come back. Inhale, lifted hinge on that way back. Exhale. All right, guys, here we go. We're hinging back. This is our full neck pull. We're hinging until you can't hold that good form, and then we curl and roll down. Try to keep those heels anchored. Now coming up, inhale halfway. I'm showing traditional hands behind your head, but you can always reach those arms in front. Inhale, stack up tall. Exhale, it's a hinge. It's a curl your pelvis under and roll through your low back. I'll show those arms forward in this one. If you want on that, just reach your arms ahead to get up and over, and then you can always put your hands behind your head. Stack it back up, lifted hinge on the way back, curl your tail under and roll it back down. Let's take two more. Inhaling halfway, exhale, we stretch our spine forward, stack up, get a little taller, lift, 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 curl your tail under and roll it back down. We got one last one. Inhaling halfway, exhale, spine stretch forward, stack it tall. We're hinging back and we're gonna transition into some scissors and bicycle, everybody's favorite exercise, right? All right, so scissors, bicycle. If you need to do these with your hips down, do them with your hips down. Otherwise, we are gonna come over and up, and we're gonna support our hips with our hands. Our legs are trying to kind of start right over top of our hips, and then we're gonna split the legs and do a reach, reach, and a reach, reach. You're gonna inhale, reach, reach, exhale, reach, reach, inhale, reach, reach, exhale, reach, reach. Let's do one more on each. And split, and then we start bicycling the legs. And the work is way out here in front of us. It feels like you're almost going to topple down. You're long in your spine. Such a hard exercise. Let's reverse it. Back pedal, and back pedal, and back pedal. I don't know, I'm shooting for like 3 of each of those. So wherever you get legs together, hike up, bring your arms down, roll your spine down to the mat. Oh, and then actually, I came up to sitting, but we're actually going to go right into shoulder bridge. We're going to have our feet hip width apart. So remember your fist in between your feet. Arms are pressing in. Let's go into our bridge. Just a regular bridge. Tilt your hips. Roll yourself up. Get that stretch in the top of the thighs and then roll back down. Nice flowy little movement. Always a challenge, but I always think this one feels so good. Under back, I'm in front of those hips. And then roll down, coordinate your breath, right? Breath's so important as that anchor, especially as we get partway through that workout. Kind of need that reminder to keep us moving. All right, next one, let's try some kicks. Let's roll ourselves up. Find our best lifted position. All right, let's do leg to tabletop, up to the ceiling, 3 kicks. I'm gonna point down, flex up. Point down, flex up. If you get to touch the floor, lift a little more at that point. Bend your knee in, press your foot down to the mat, and then let's do the other side. Bend your leg in, stretch the leg up. Point, I'm gonna flex up. Point, flex. One more time, I'm trying to keep my hips lifted. Bend to 90, bring that foot down, and then roll down through your spine and come back. Let's do one more where we do the coming from the bottom with our kick. So, got our feet all in place. We're gonna roll ourselves up. We're gonna get fancy and we're gonna start with our left side. We're gonna slide the leg low, point up, flex down, tap if you can, point, flex, and then drag it in, lift those hips as you come in. And then we'll reverse, slide it out, point, flex, and drag it in, and then roll yourself back down to the mat. Extend your legs, reach arms overhead, do a fun little roll up to come up. We got our spine twist next. All right, we're sitting tall. We're doing whatever we need to do to find our tall spine. We got our sitting bones, we got our heels pressed in, our arms are extended, and our spine is long. Big, long inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we rotate, rotate, and rotate. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Full big breath. Feel how warm our spine is. Twist, twist, twist. Inhale, back to center. Let's do one more on each side. Get longer, get more lift. Feel those heels dig in those sitting bones as you rotate, rotate, and rotate. And next up is our jackknife. Adjust on your mat if you need. Do a nice pretty roll down. Make your way to your mat. Arms are pressing in. Let's take 5. We're bringing our legs over. We're piking up. And then our legs are reaching and we're getting our curl down through our back. How low you go with your legs is that working level. That is core work when those legs are low. Well, the whole thing is core work, but you guys know what I mean. Rolling to come back down. Legs reaching out in space. Inhaling over and up. Exhale as we roll down and reach legs away. Good, keep that breath going. Our arms are strong. They are working, they're pressing in. Our shoulders are staying open. And we got one more. Remember, this is your tail lift. It's fine if it's smaller. You're doing what you can. Nice. All right, we get some side legs next. I'm going to grab me some water so my voice doesn't die. All right, let's do some side legs. Get that out of my way. Let me even turn my mat a little bit for you guys. Find your setup that you love. That could be here, laying on your arm. It could be propped up. If you love to really prop up. I'm going to be here today because I think it's my favorite spot if I'm going to talk and do this. I'm going to be lifted, thinking of my side waist lifted. I am going to take my hand back behind my head, but it's always fine. You could press your hand here. Wherever your hand is, don't let those shoulders scrunch up. Keep those shoulder blades in place. All right. Let's shoot for like 4 of everything. Lengthen our back, legged hip height, and then we go. Flex, kick, and point, reach. Inhale, and exhale. Lengthen the back of the leg, point and stretch through the front of the hip. Don't forget about that bottom leg being your anchor as you do these. Leg over the bottom leg, we're going right to bottom. We're going to point up and flex down. And inhale. And exhale. Keep it in your range where you're not crunching your waist in when you lift that leg up and come down. Switch it on the next one. Flex up, point down. Reach through your heel, reach through your toes. That inhale and exhale. You got one more. Flex and point. Develop. Slide it in. Kick straight and back down. We're thinking about that external rotation as much as we can. Rotate and back down. Let's do one more. Slide it in, reach, and back down. And then let's reverse. Flex your foot up, bend it in, slide it out. Right? When you bend, try to rotate your knee up to the ceiling. Right? Feel that work as you're sliding it in. Keep that breath going. So important on these guys. We got one more there, I think. And back. All right, let's get a little rond de jambe, pointed foot. We're going to sweep forward. We're going to lift and reach the leg behind you. It's your working level, right? How big you go is how big you can go, and stay stable. Don't rock all over with that upper body. Reach, lengthen, go for that control. Inhale for half, exhale for that second half, and then go ahead and reverse it. Sweep the leg behind, lift up and over. Inhale for half, exhale for that second half. That bottom leg is your anchor. Press it in. It helps your leg lift a little higher. One more. We're going right to some hot potato here. Heel, let's do 3 each. Tap, tap, up and over, toe. Tap, tap, and heel. Tap, tap. Get those nice big lifts, even though you're tired. I'm tired anyway, right? That's hard when we get to this place. And toe. We're going to switch it on the next one. Toe to the front. Tap, tap. Heel to the back. Tap, tap. Toe to the front. Tap, tap. Heel to the back. Tap, tap. We got one more. Toe, tap, tap, and heel. Tap, tap. All right, bicycle. This is always my favorite. I feel like it's a little wrist. like stretchy movement. You're going to come forward, stretch the leg. Bend your leg, get a quad stretch. Doesn't that feel good? And then reach long. We'll take 3. Flex, bend, little quad stretch, and reach. You could always shadow if it's not quite there for you to grab your leg. Pull it through, and then reach, reach, reach. Okay, let's reverse it. Rainbow back, grab that leg, pull it through, press and reach long. Inhale for half. Exhale and reach it long. We got one more. Fabulous. All right, let's lay in the middle of our mats. Nice straight line with our body. Always an option to bring your hand here, but I'm gonna challenge today and bring my arm up over my shoulder. All right, got my arm up. I got my top leg at hip height, and now I'm gonna lift and lower my bottom leg. Lift and lower. Let's shoot for 4 of those. And then we'll lift, hold them together, lower them, and lift. And lots of length from my head to my toes, just stretching long. And then on your last one here, oh, well, let's add some side bends. I almost forgot them. Let's lift our legs and our head and come up and then come back down. Inhaling, stretch long, lift up. Exhale to come back down. And that lift, lift, lift. And back. One more there. I think I'm aiming for 4. And come back. All right, let's try some little walks. Ooh, always fun with that balance work. Remember your shoulder stability on that top arm. That's really helpful. And then try some big scissor kicks. And scissor, and scissor, and scissor, scissor, scissor. Let's do one more on each. Good. Okay, grasshopper moment. Flip to your bellies. Hands in your favorite spot, under your forehead or hips. And you're going, I'm going to put mine on my hips today. Heels together, toes apart, our legs are lifted. Little taps with our heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more set. 6, 7, 8. Little rest moment. Turn over to your other side. I'm going to just flip ends of my mat for you guys. And we get to get all situated on the other side. So take a moment. Use your mat to line yourself up. Shoulders to hips in a nice straight line. Legs out front. And then be where you want to be. You want to be way propped up. Want to be here. Wherever your spot is, where you can keep that upper body stable. Right? I'm going to take my hand behind my head, plug in my shoulder, and get my foot out a little bit further because I like my leg out in front. Okay, we're going to start with our sweeps. We got our length in our waist, top leg at hip height. Flex, kick, point, reach. Inhale, flex, kick, exhale, point, reach. Heel, and then reach your toes. Let's do one more. Flex, kick, and point, reach. We got our leg over our bottom leg, right to bottom up. Point up, flex down, and inhale, and exhale. Working on our external rotation, working on that length through your leg, through all the way through the tips of your toes. Let's switch our foot. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Reach through your heel, reach through your toes. Check in with those shoulders every once in a while. I think that's our 4. Let's do our developpe. Slide your toe in, kick out, push down through that heel. Inhale, slide it in, kick out, get longer as you come back down. Remember that external rotation. Try not to let your hip roll back. Slide it in, reach, and back down. All right, here's our reverse. Flex your foot to lift up, bend, slide it out long. Flex up, bend it in, slide and reach. Inhale, lift, bend in. Exhale, press. One more time. Lift, bend, and reach. All right, give yourself a little rest as we head to rond de jambe, like little, just little. Point your foot. All right, we got our rond de jambe. We're going forward, lift, and reach behind. This is your working level, right? Play with that, like challenge, but keep your upper body super stable. We got our forward, lift, reach behind. One more time. Keep that breath going, always helps us. And then we got to reverse it. Sweep behind, lift, up and over. Inhale and exhale, up and over. Sweep behind, lift, up and over. One more time. This is our hot potato. Go right to it. Heel front. I'm going to hit my water bottle. And then up and over, toe to the back. Up and over, heel front. I know it's tempting to do these little because we're tired. Don't do it. Get your big lift up and over. And up and over. Let's switch it up. Toe to the front. Tap, tap, up and over. Heel to the back. Tap, tap, up and over. Toe. Tap, tap, and heel. Tap, tap. One more time. toe, tap, tap, and heel, tap, tap. All right, we get our bicycle. Arm in front, leg behind. Feel that little stretchy moment. Kick the leg forward, hamstring stretch. Pull it through, quad stretch, and reach. Kick, bend it in, and reach long. Kick, bend it in, and reach. Let's reverse it. Rainbow the arm back, grab that leg, pull it through, press and reach long. Reach, grab that leg, pull it through, press and reach long. We get one more. Whew. All right, let's line up in the middle of our mat and find our length. Right. Legs are stacked. Remember, you can have your hand here. You could have your hand up to the ceiling. That's where I'm going to bring mine. And it's balance work before we've done anything. We're going to take the top leg up, bottom leg lifts, lowers, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Hold them together. Lower them, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. All right. Oh, we got to add some side bends to these. Lift your head and your legs. And then reach back down. All right. We get that side bend work. Right. Keep your body in a straight line. Don't let your head fall forward. So even though we're like side bending, we're like lengthening our neck as we come up. And then back down. All right, I think we got one more there. Big breath. And up. All right, let's leave our head down, legs lifted. Quick little walks. They're tight and little. We're coming back to that core work to keep us still. Big kicks. Kick, 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 kick. One more on each. Stability. And then rest. All right, give yourself a rest moment. Grab some water, do some figure 4 stretches, all of the things. This is our little mini break before we head into teaser and that rest of that sequence. Okay, 2 drinks for me. Drink, again, if you need anything, you want to hug your legs in, sometimes a little figure 4 stretch, whatever you need. Oh, and then we will be making our way to the front of our mat for teaser. Always one of the highlights in class. We're going to take it pretty traditional today. We'll have our legs together, squeezing tight. We'll have our arms out. This is very much like that open leg rocker transition. Tilt your pelvis. Start curling yourself back. Reach so much to your legs that they just float up. And then we're going to roll part way back. We're going to leave our legs there, roll to the tips of our shoulder blades and curl back up. Inhale down. Exhale back up. One more. Roll down. Curl up. All right, full teasers. Let's take 3. We're rolling it down. Don't relax at the end, but stretch longer. Curl up, 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 up. Roll down. Stretch long through your body. And then curl up. Remember, no relaxed moments. Whew. Okay, we got one more. It's going to be our transition. We're heading right to our hip circles. Make it your best teaser. Up, 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 up. You can be here on your elbows or straight arms. I'm going to play with my straight arms today. Inhale, exhale to come up and around. We get 3 in each direction. Whew. Lots of work. Try not to hang out in those shoulders. Keep pushing away. Reach through those legs. We got one more in each direction. Stomach's pulling up and in. Last one. Whew. And then roll back. We're getting ready for some swimming. Flip over to your bellies. And make sure you guys can all see me on here. For our swimming. I'll move that out of my way. All right. We're in our hover. We're kind of reorienting. Pelvic tuck, reach our arms and legs. Lift everything up. Let's swim. Arms and legs opposite. We're reaching, we're lengthening, we're holding that swan position as our arms move up and down. We're going to do one more breath. And then come back. Let yourself have a little child's pose moment. Whatever you need for a few breaths. So as we're taking that, I'll just kind of tell you what's coming next. We're heading into what I call the plank-like series. Leg pull front, kneeling side leg kicks, all that stuff. So if you need to make adjustments for your wrists, definitely do that. A lot of this stuff is fine to do on your elbows. I'll cue that. If you need maybe to roll up sometimes rolling up your mat a little bit and letting your fingers come off can help with that wrist compression. Do whatever you need to do. All right, let's do it. We're gonna come into our plank-like position. All right, so you're gonna find your best plank, and if that's on your elbows, that's fine. I'm gonna be able to be on my mat here. And we're just gonna have our plank where we reach to our heels, our shoulders are plugged in, our back is supported, none of this hanging out in your back. Let's take 3 little rock forward and reach backs. That's my fancy word. Rock forward, reach back. It's a leg pull with both legs. Point and flex. And then we're gonna alternate legs. We're gonna lift a leg and we're gonna point and flex. Drive that foot down. Lift it up, point and flex. Your goal, can I keep my plank, rock forward, rock back. Lift my leg, keep my plank forward and back. One more. Try not to let those hips shift or shimmy. One more on that other side, or 3 and 3. Here's your transition if you want to take it. Hand comes around, foot comes under, and we flip around, maybe trying to do that without letting our butt come down for leg pull. Front, okay, pushing away. Hips are lifted. Let's come back down for a moment. We're gonna play it today with, because I know that's a ton of work. We're gonna come up, pelvic tuck, roll up, lift, 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 and then roll back down. All right, depending on where you're working today, maybe you're just doing that come up and down. Maybe you wanna come up and just hold here. Here's the full thing if you wanna do it. I'm gonna go right leg first, point, flex down, a nice switch, point, flex down. I'm trying to keep my hips lifted and down, and my shoulders roll back. One more in each. Again, always fine if you just stay. Now here's your transition if you want to take it. Right knee underneath. You're going to turn to the side for side leg kicks, kneeling. Hand underneath my shoulder. My fingers are down my neck. I'm trying in this side bend position. My foot and leg are anchored, and then I lift the top leg up. Inhale, flex, kick, exhale, point, reach. Reach through your heel, point, lengthen. We're shooting for 5 of these. I want to keep that weight in my arm, keep that side bend position. One more time. All right, fancy transition. I'm going to come to center. I'm going to throw a little neck pull, thigh stretch in. So I'm lifted, my arms are out in front. I'm going to keep my plank shape and I'm going to lean back. Get this thigh stretch, and I'm gonna push my feet and shins in to come back up. Inhale as you hinge, long lean back. Not moving very far, but it's a nice stretch in the front of my thighs, as well as some work. Inhale, you can lift your arms a little to come up. Let's do one last one. Okay, transitioning, I'm taking my hand to my head. I'm gonna side bend. I'm gonna get kind of situated on my mat. Load this arm, get my body in a straight line. Lift the top leg, and then I sweep it forward and back, right? This is that whole side leg kick series, except it's harder here because you have less contact to your mat. Pull, pull, reach, reach, inhale. Feel like I'm cueing less because I'm tired now. And flex, kick, and point, reach. Okay, ladies, we got our side bend next, and gentlemen, right? We're gonna come over and put our hand on the mat and get ready for side bend. Your setup. So some options on this, if you don't want to do the full thing, would be to keep your knee down on the mat. I'm just going to show that, right? Where we would come up and take a side bend there. Feel free if you're at home, try at least one of those. They're kind of nice, right? And then we make it a little more challenging by taking our legs out. And I have mine crossed over. If you want a super challenge, you can also stack them. All right. Bottom shoulder is loaded. You can do these on your elbow if the wrist is bothering you, or hand on here. As you come up, you want to push the mat away, arch up and over, be long. And then when you come down, as much control as you can, get that like sideways stretch. We're just doing 3. Inhale, exhale, and back down one more time. And then we're gonna switch. I'm just switching. You can flip over. I'm gonna switch so you guys can see me. Same thing on the other side. We got our legs in our favorite position. Knee down, always fine on these. Important with your shoulder and your shoulder blade. Pull your shoulder blade in place. You gotta have a strong like shoulder stability work for this one arm work. All right, and then as you're ready, we got 3 of them. Inhale, push the mat away, reach up and over, and then coming back. You can look at the bottom arm, get fancy, reach up and over, come on down, look at that bottom arm, and back down. Awesome. All right, now I'm gonna just flip my legs the other way. Next up is our twist one. Now, that leg position where we were at there, we just tighten it in. Lots of good balance work on this and spine rotation. We're loading that bottom arm. Got our left hand lifted. I'm gonna lift my feet. See how I'm just rotating with my legs and feet. Kind of let them do what they wanna do. And then I come back down and I untwist. I always call this one the thread the needle. Right? You're taking your hand, threading it through your head leads you. We get that big twist. And then we're coming back down. Lots of shoulder stability work on that inside hand or the hand on the mat. Coming up and back down. All right, let's switch. Let's try 3 on the other side. Challenging exercise. That's why we do them at the end. We're all warmed up. We got all the pieces going on in our body. Left shoulder blade plugged in, or whatever arm you're doing. Legs are hugged together. When you lift, you're gonna let the hands or the feet rotate and thread through, and then you're gonna untwist. So if you wanna make it a little extra challenge, just don't sit all the way down. Come almost down. Curl, push the mat away, rotate through. And coming back. The tighter your legs are towards your hand, the more rotation and twist you get. Coming up. And back down. All right, we got our twist 2 next. We're gonna play with some little variations today. Top leg over, hand under your shoulder. The first part of this is just a side plank, right? Ton of work. Always fine to do these on your elbow. Also always fine to play with coming here to do these. I'm gonna show that really quick. So could we just do that one arm work and then rotate our spine? Okay. And then if it's there for you to do it all the way up, here, we would do that same thing. Rotate to the floor, rotate to the ceiling. Okay. It's not a super big movement. Now I'm gonna thread the needle, which is a little more. I'm gonna pike my hips a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back. Shoot for like 2 more of those. Play with that. Rotate, pike, and then come back. And then we'll come back and do that on the other side. So lots of variations. Find one that works for you. Again, you can play with these all in your elbow. I'm gonna show that here again if you're practicing at home. This is a great place to really like fine tune and get the movement. And then when you're ready to go a little further, you'll take your feet out. It just makes it harder. Here we are in that plank. And then we rotate to the floor and rotate to the ceiling. Make sure you breathe. Strong in that bottom shoulder blade. Let's do a few where we thread the needle. Maybe it feels like your hips pike and your stomach pulls in a little, and then you open up. And we do one more. Rotate through and back. Awesome. All right, guys, let's head into boomerang. Oh, I love some boomerang. I feel like we got through all those planks. Now we get to do some boomerang. All right, we're gonna cross the legs, one over the other. The legs are in external rotation. Our hands are pressing in, very much like those teaser transition, open leg rocker transition. You're gonna pull your stomach in so much, reach your legs that those legs could just levitate up. Take your shape back without touching your head. Do a little cross of the legs, roll up, find your teaser moment, sweep the arms back, come around and up with those arms. Bring them around by those ankles and stack up. I didn't cue that very well. I'm going to do it again. Curling back, float the legs. We're holding that teaser shape. We just switch the cross. We roll up. We find our teaser moment. Could we leave our legs there as we reach for our hands and then take our shape down? Woo. And then bring those arms around and stack. Let's do 2 more. Curling back, floating those legs. Switch the cross. Come up, up, up. We got our teaser moment. Sweep the arms back. Hold as you come down. Arms come around by those ankles and stack. We got our last one, our best one. Curl back, levitate legs. We're just rocking our teaser back, switching that cross, coming up, holding our balance, sweeping our arms behind us. Take that whole shape down, stretch it up, sweep around. We're going right to seal. I like to scoot back a little so that I can go right into my crab. So hands wrap around those ankles, soles of the feet together. We got our clap, clap, clap. We're gonna rock back, clap, clap, clap. Rock forward, come back to that breath. Oh, that nice playful open close of the legs. Feel free to make your seal noises if you're at home. All right, let's do 2 more. I am gonna do some crab today too. If you don't love crab, you can just keep doing some seals. Crab, crab, crab. Let's go into it on our next one. So when I go back for my seal, I'm gonna go back, take my hands out, grab the tops of my feet. I'm gonna keep rolling forward, come up and over, tap the top of my head. And then I wanna lift up and over my ankles so I don't squash them, and I'm gonna do it again. Curl up and over, watch your head. It's all about that control. Roll back, switch the cross. Come up and over. Woo. Okay, we got 1 more of those. We're gonna take it right into some rocking next. We're gonna come up and over. When your head touches, put your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your head, kick your feet out. Get ready for some rocking. All right, let's reach back, grab those tops of the feet. And here's a little prep for your rocking. Let's start down, and then you're going to lift your head and chest and just push your feet in to find your swan. Feel that work and stretch, and then come back down. If you can have your legs together or hip width, ideal, just so we're not doing funny things with our knee alignment. And then maybe that's it for today. Maybe you're just doing that or holding your stretch. You want to do that full rock. Coming up, and then start pushing your feet in. Eyes up. Whew. And then we get to come back. Take a little child's pose. Push back, round your back, shimmy around. All right, and then we get our balance control next. We're getting toward the end. Go ahead and lay back. Arms pressing in. We're gonna take the legs overhead, and then we're going to rainbow our arms overhead. So make sure in your shoulders, right, you're not hanging out in your neck. I'm gonna reach my right leg down and see if I can grab it, maybe even pull it to the floor, and then I'm gonna take my left leg and stretch it up as far as I can. And then I'm gonna bring my left leg down. I'm gonna switch at the bottom to start with. Grab my left leg and get that reach, reach, reach to come back up. And then I'm gonna switch down here. And then you could play with changing where you switch. Maybe you do things like this where you're kind of alternating them in space, but still keeping your lift, right? Try not to hang out in your neck, be on your shoulders, get that reach, reach. Let's try a couple more on each, right? Your level, ton of work here. That balance control describes it perfectly. Okay, we got both legs up. I'm gonna rainbow my hands down, fancy transition. I'm gonna cross my legs, see if I can roll all the way up. Oh, I had to touch, and then come back around. All right, we got our Pilates push-ups. I'm just moving out here a little bit so you guys can see me. Let's do it. Pilates V with our feet. Arms are gonna reach up overhead. We're gonna roll down, chin to chest, curl through our spine. Notice how like warmed up, flexible you are feeling. Walk yourself out into your plank. I'm just doing 3 push-ups. Feel free to add in as many as you want. 1, 2, my elbows are trying to stay close. 3, and then I'm gonna walk back in, round my spine, and roll up. I had my feet anchored today. If you wanted to do that with your heels lifted, you could. And come all the way up. All right, and then I'm gonna do a little one leg. Doesn't matter, start on whatever side you want. I'm gonna reach my arms up, I'm gonna reach the leg behind me. I'm gonna try to roll down still, working on my balance. Always good with fun wobbly work. Walk out, plank position with one leg in space, take your push-ups. And then walk back in, ground your foot, roll up. Energy through your leg and through your spine. As you come back up, let's do the other leg. Arms reach, curling down. Try to roll through your spine and not just tip as you roll down. And then walk yourself out. Find that plank. Make sure it's a nice supported plank, no hanging out in your back. Neck is in line. Maybe we lift the leg a little lot higher, which is like butt and back of the leg work. And then rock it in. Anchor that foot. Roll yourself up. Sweet, let's do some big twist. Whew, you're all warmed up. I have my feet just wider than shoulder width apart. I'm gonna lift my arms up, lift my heels, spin my body and my feet, and then I'm gonna curl down and reach for my leg, give it a little stretch. And then I'm gonna untwist and come back center, and then I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna rotate, curl down, reach, grab that leg, give it a little reach, and then come out of it and come all the way back around. One more on each side. Rotate. Feel how like flexible, mobile, stretched out, warm your spine is feeling. And coming back. All right, last one. And coming back around. All right, that's our Pilates mat work, but you know, if you come to Saturday morning class, we always like to end with some squats. Let's get them in today. We're gonna go 1, 2, I don't know if I can count to 100, 3, 4. I have my legs in parallel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, keep your core tight, 18, 19, I don't know if I can cue and count that high, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, 32. Make sure you have good alignment with your feet and knees. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. And then I'm going to do my last 50 in turnout. I like to switch it up a little. Always make sure those knees track over your toes as much as you can. Right? Adjusting your body. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take them as low as you want. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You guys are doing awesome. 17, 18. Play with your arms where you want them. 18, 19. Was that what? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We are almost to 100. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woohoo! Great job. Thank you for joining along at home for some return to life. I hope you got a great workout in. Have a great day.